Hi, my name is Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Descent 2 Vertigo. It's level 7, and I have a couple of co-commentators. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Laylite, and I'm full of vitamin C.
I'm Sir Systemair, and I'm seeing Vertigo for the first time here.
So we have a new friend.
Yeah. So,
Well, not him. We've seen him before.
Yeah, we've seen him before. So, welcome to level 7, and this
So I think
opening...
that new robot is supposed to be a military prototype, and you can tell because the acronym is MAX, and it's a really strained acronym at that. So that's how you know it's a military project.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, of course, me continuing my tradition of ignoring the guide bot. One of the things I wanted to note about this level here is that I don't think I've mentioned it before, but the enemy weapons fire can also destroy lights, not just yours. Because you can see on the left there's that broken light that was caused by an enemy, not by me.
So I guess the principle here is that these levels don't seem to be getting much longer on average, but they do seem to be changing up the enemy placement a lot. They are trying to damage you ever more and more.
Mm-hmm. Well, Vertigo has a thing where it's a expansion pack, so it doesn't really have to be consistent across levels, which gives the level designers more freedom to experiment with enemy placement and level design.
Yeah, that's true. They can assume that you're already familiar with all these basic enemies like those sidearm modula and the diamond claws and whatnot, so they don't have to dedicate entire levels to introducing those enemies. Instead, they can introduce their own enemies at a much slower pace and then just play around with miscellaneous levels the rest of the time.
Oh, watch what I'm about to do here.
Go.
Yep, I go inside the waterfall. And so when I mentioned, they're experimenting with level design, that's one of the things they did was they created a shell of a waterfall rather than just having a 2D plane for it. And then, ignoring it that way. Oh, hold on, I hear a thief bot.
Annoying pricks.
Yeah, maximum prickage.
Yeah, it's kind of a low hum. Like, it's easy to miss if you're not paying attention to it or you're busy being distracted by loud explosions.
But it's also a unique sound, and I'm pretty sure that if you were to, say, do an audio test of the game, you'd be able to see for yourself that the Thiefbot's sound cues are its own, tone and its own...
Frequency?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of noises that take place at the same pitch, I guess, so you can still probably hear it even when other stuff is going on. Wow. He stole your plasma cannon.
Yeah, what?
You son of a bitch.
He's gonna go toss it in the incinerator. After him.
So I'm using the Omega Cannon now because screw you, buddy.
I guess since it's instant hit, more or less, I guess it could probably do a good job of tracking him. As long as he doesn't go around a corner.
Mm-hmm. Also, here's the thing I'm going to be complaining about as time goes on. All these enemies with the whole, you hit them with an energy weapon and they fire plasma back at you. All those enemies that do that, they just become so ubiquitous.
Yeah, those, that gray and green guy with the stripes and the two arms, I already forget his name. That guy seems to be getting more and more common as you go through these levels, so he and the Fiddler Crab seem to be the two primary offenders there.
Yeah, it looks like it's turning everything into peek and shoot a lot.
Yeah. But that's... Being able to have a reliable joystick means guiding guided missiles through those tiny areas so much easier now.
Yeah, we've got a lot of new enemies, but I guess it's just too bad that the engine wouldn't really support this DLC having new weapons in addition to them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you'd run out of number keys. You'd have to start using the function keys to select your weapons. Hehe.
Yep.
Yeah. Just remember, people, Alt F4.
I'm a fan of Control W myself. That only works as things.
But yeah, that's what this game is missing, is a third kinetic weapon to go along with the Vulcan and the Gauss. You know, where's my minigun?
Well, I mean, technically missiles are kinetic as well, so there's that.
That's true. Well, you did get him with those proximity bombs at least, but he's still going.
Yep. Oh, he's in a dead end now. There's only one thing to do.
Yes.
Oh, I think he's outside the explosion radius, though.
Just getting closer and...
Oh,
what?
jeez.
What?
Wow. That mega missile just can't turn on a dime, can it?
No, Mega Missile doesn't really turn. Ah, much better now.
You got him, at least.
Yep. Now, I do apologize to the people in the audience who are waiting for me to Earthshaker the Thief bot. I don't have an Earthshaker yet.
In time.
I know, in time. I do like this particular room, though, because there's this secret passage that I went through earlier. It's sort of a backdoor into this area, rather than going the long way around, which I'm about to do in a moment here. Because you're supposed to go this way. Come on, you son of a bitch. Stop dodging on me. You go back this way to get into this room, and oh shit.
Flash.
So, you remember how I've noticed I've commented in the past how certain enemies, or for whatever reason, the enemies' preview images aren't showing up, like the 3D models that rotate around the level briefings?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to be seeing the second most aggravating enemy in Vertigo, in my opinion. This guy right here.
Oh, I thought he was one of those basic like argon laser, like white laser shooting guys from level 1 of the original, but no, it's like some kind of red arm bot.
He fires off homing flash missiles.
Oh, good.
Great.
More accurate flash missiles.
Homing flash missiles. They have the same trajectory as homing missiles, like they have the same turning radius and whatnot, except they come equipped with a flash warhead rather than, just a plain old explosive warhead.
Reminds me of the homing smart missiles. Level 7 of the original.
I mean, if at least flash missiles don't do that much damage, though, so what makes those guys any more annoying than the regular freakishly accurate sidearm modulas?
Well, for their flash missiles are more damaging, and they fire off 2 at a time.
Oh, okay. So while you're disoriented from getting hit by the first one, you probably get hit by the second one, since it's a homing missile.
And then everybody else gangs up on you. And behold my tactical energy recharging skills. Recharge to 100, then grab the power-ups.
Mm-hmm. That's the strat.
Oh, good. At least there are still hostages around. They don't seem to have disposed of them yet.
No.
What do you even do with the hostages, anyway?
Oh, they ransom them off for, Bitcoin, I guess. Or whatever it is that robots want.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
We'll trade hostages for hard drives.
Yep, 1 hostage for an SSD, 3 hostages for a 3.5-inch floppy disk.
The floppy disk set.
Or one of those 5 1/4 ones that you just can't find anymore.
But they were floppy,
Yeah.
at least.
One of the things I like about this level, though, is that it does have quite a bit of alternate ways to get into places. So you can, I know sometimes my map flipping there doesn't always show it off, but the room we're going to be going into shortly actually has a couple of different ways to get into it, both from the front and the back.
Yeah, it's nice large open rooms like this one that really show off how annoying those plasma guys are with aiming at you and trying to lead their shots alternately, which really covers a lot of area.
Mm-hmm. Careful, John. Careful past me. I gotta say, just using concussion missiles because, I've just bulked up on them.
The game will give you more.
They're there
Yeah.
to be used. Go all make a elixir on them.
And I mean, their concussion missiles are pretty good at dealing with slow-moving targets or targets that don't move, like reactors.
We just need a bit of an extra punch.
I mean, I was about to say that huge, whatever the name of the big guy is, the
sidearm?
one that spawns the sidearms. Yeah, I was about to say he doesn't move very much, but then he was dodging your lasers. So what do I know?
God damn it. These guys I really don't like. Just now that they've been set to being really evasive and really fast on the draw, the only real solution for them is just firing off homing missiles at them to,
Yeah, either that or maybe running away from them until you get into a smaller corridor, so maybe they follow you in there and then you can hit them.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, me just being... There we go, that's what I was looking for.
But yeah, this game definitely does seem like it's trying to slow you down as much as you can, because if you go too far into a room too fast, you're just going to get surrounded and shot to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That can be said about all.
Like, you can't speedrun this game unless you know where the enemies are. And even then, that won't necessarily help you, because it'll kind of wander around a little randomly.
Yeah. Sorry, System Error, you
No,
were saying?
rushing into rooms and just getting shot up can be said about this game.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw in that couple of prior levels when you just open the door and there's a Class 1 driller behind it. Hello. Or you don't see an enemy right away, but then you fly into the room and an enemy fires at you from a corner that can see slightly into the room, but not quite to see the entrance and stuff of that sort.
Yeah. So I decided, it's at that point where I should just, not quite play as nice. It's time to break out the Omega Cannon.
Yep.
Energy's free, after all. Missiles aren't.
True. Well, energy up to 100 is free. There we go.
Yeah, so they seem to be taking advantage of some of these mid-game enemies we saw in the water world to slightly greater effect, I guess. Probably because of all the blind corners and whatnot.
Yeah. It doesn't help any that, these guys are just showing up these guys are coming out of the woodwork, and there's no spawner to justify them showing up. They're just spawning in.
So
Well,
they're not
never
coming
mind.
out of doors, they're just kind of showing up behind corners.
Yeah, I was just
and
gonna
I
say
just
that.
poked my
but-
nose into a spawner, like just after complaining about there not being a spawner. So
There's the red key. It's down there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how are we going to get in there, though?
Oh, that's easy. Just I poked my head and got the yellow, or saw the yellow door a few moments ago, so I'm just gonna go back there.
Well, it's nice that you can see a preview of what you're up against, I guess.
And preemptively deal with it. Sorry, just in previous practice
No.
runs, when I've used the Omega Cannon on those guys that fire plasma back at you, the Omega Cannon, because it's always so fast on the fire, can cause a lot of plasma to come back your way very quickly.
Yeah, that actually seems like a excellent way to get trapped between that crab and the yellow door closing behind you.
Oh, down to 3 homing missiles.
You have to break out those Mercutronium missiles, then.
Ooh, single digit.
Yeah, probably. Eventually. This is going to be a running joke, isn't it? Where, you know, John, use your Mercury missiles. But.
But what if there's a bigger enemy around the corner?
Speaking of, guess what we
Boss.
haven't seen in a long time?
Class 2 drones.
No, Class 2 droners we saw a couple of levels ago. But yeah, Sir System Error has the right of
Yes.
it. There's a boss fight in this level, not a reactor. Yes, lucky. No, it's just
They really wanted
careful.
you to notice that homing missile there.
Yeah. But just have to carefully get the red key. Carefully. Nobody spawning in? Good. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon.
Well, you were down pretty low on shields for a while,
Kind of
but you
single
sure seem to have
digit shield at one
recovered
point.
pretty nicely.
Yeah, I have. But... but I'm
Just
also
gotta
down
find
to
your way back to that energy center.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you know, I've only got 30 energy left, so... all these double backs, it's the bane of my existence, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the upside and the downside of the open layout is, on the one hand, like I've said before, everything is textured so differently that you're probably not going to get lost. But on the other hand, like, if you're not careful, you can wind up going in a circle.
Mm-hmm. But now that I'm out of here, I can go back to recharge on the energy, then head through the red door. And of course, I'm still being paranoid about everything
Everyone
because
is going to be a
well,
hidden
this is
wall
Descent.
triggered by you going somewhere and having a bunch of enemies show up.
Well, that would never happen. What are you talking about?
Well, they already put enemies in the actual energy recharge room once, so, you know, they're serious. They can and will do anything.
There we go. Just had to make sure I found the right passageway out through here.
And we'll just go through the room where just lava just curls any which way. There's no
Yeah,
such
it's
thing as
just a
down.
suggestion.
It's just on the walls.
Exactly.
air.
Oh. Yeah, well, it hit that guy in open air pretty nicely, but it seemed to have trouble hitting that one over by the wall.
Mm-hmm. These guys aren't dangerous by themselves, but they sure are. There sure are pesty annoyances.
Well, that's their job.
Yeah, better not leave the enemy behind.
Yeah,
me.
I think... Yeah, that's probably for the best. Although I don't think those, the rest of those bombs are going to do you much good against that spawner.
No, they're not. You know what I did find out, though, during my practice runs that I should have remembered? Because mines are technically physical objects, they can be pushed around by explosions, including explosions of other mines.
So they'll drift a little bit.
Yep.
Well, sure is awful nice of the developers to advertise that energy center as soon as you open the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's right there.
And the
hello.
boss.
I wonder if he will be our friend.
Oh, of course he's going to be our friend. Why wouldn't he be our friend?
Let's just hope the gifts he gives.
Yeah, those are
ones.
friendly groans.
But I do like that, there's a lot of energy and shield recharges in this room, because, well...
Yeah, that's actually another nice mercy from the developers, is spawning the boss on the other side of the arena, so that he doesn't just rush you as soon as you open the door.
Well, yeah. And you're given the audio cue that the boss is, in the room, so... Oh.
I mean, I don't think the briefing actually told us there was a boss on this level, so you find
Nope.
out about it as soon as you get here.
Yep. And it's a complete surprise.
Well, the only thing that would maybe tip you off is that this is level 7, and Descent 1 had its boss in level 7 of the original.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's got rockets of its own. That seems like it's pretty standard for boss enemies.
Mm-hmm.
It's going off
But
in.
It also
Fortunately-
seems like it's counterattacking laser weapons.
Yeah, but it's still taking damage from them. Oh, that reminds me, I need to open up the doors, or I need to fire off a guided missile in a moment here to gather up, to lower those, these guys in front of me here, so I can get at the goodies behind them. Just have to remember which one. I'm like, yeah, no, it's obviously the one in the back.
Yeah, there isn't a ton of cover in this arena, but there's at least some. A little bit.
Oh, missed. Damn it.
Thankfully, the guy doesn't seem too aggressive in hunting you down, either.
No, he's not. He's actually very passive.
Hmm?
But the important part is, here's a cloaking device. Let's go have fun chasing down the boss.
Ah, there he is. Now I won't be able to lock onto you.
Those
No.
plasma balls.
And you can see all
He
the
actually
plasma
seemed to be
just
going off
scattering around
just where he
because he has
was
no
bait
idea where
earlier.
to fire back at me from. Yep. And fortunately...
Yeah, I mean, he can still tell where you are firing from, but he just doesn't know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that cloaking device made short work of him. It'd be pretty harder to take down if you had to do that uncloaked, I guess. Oh, the exit's right there.
Yep. And one last save. But that was level 7. Thank you guys. I'll see you all next time.